The forest floor was a tangle of fallen leaves and shattered roots, offering scant cover as Elias stumbled onward. His shoulder screamed with protest, a dull, persistent ache that resonated with the throbbing fear in his temples. The architect's rhythmic footsteps echoed behind him, a relentless counterpoint to his own ragged breaths. He risked a glance over his shoulder. The Sentinel moved with a terrifying economy of motion, a chrome silhouette amongst the trees. "They're gaining," Younger Thorne gasped, struggling to keep pace. He clutched aside, the blood staining his threadbare shirt. His face was pale, the youthful features distorted with pain and a strange, defiant spark. "We need to hide." Elias ignored him, his gaze fixed on the pulsing, violet light that emanated from the ruined laboratory, a beacon of dread guiding his flight. He knew hiding was futile. The architect's tracking system was far too sophisticated. Suddenly, a voice, ancient and resonant, echoed within his mind. Asterisk the loom calls. Return. Asterisk. He flinched, momentarily frozen in place. The voice was unlike anything he's encountered, not a sound, but a vibration within his very being, carrying the weight of millennia. Did you hear that?" he whispered, his voice trembling. Younger Thorne shook his head, confusion clouding his eyes. "Hear what?" Elias swallowed, dismissing it as a phantom echo of his own fear. He had to focus, had to keep moving. He risked another glance back. The architect had stopped. It tilted its head, a subtle, unsettling movement that suggested something beyond programmed routine. Asterisk the past is a river, not a lake. Divert its flow, and the future drowns. Asterisk the voice resonated again, stronger this time. Then, unexpectedly, Younger Thorne shoved him forward with surprising force. "Go! They are on to me!" Elias scrambled to his feet, protesting, but Younger Thorne had already vanished into the deepening shadows. He risked another glance back. The architect pivoted, its chrome eyes fixed on the spot where Younger Thorne had disappeared. "What did you do?" Elias called out, but his voice was swallowed by the forest's dense silence. He didn't wait for an answer. He ran, adrenaline fueling his exhausted limbs. The forest seemed to close in around him, the trees blurring into a wall of green and brown. The violet light of the laboratory grew brighter, drawing him onward like a moth to a deadly flame. He burst from the trees, stumbling back onto the service road. The ruined laboratory loomed before him, its shattered windows gaping like empty sockets. The air crackled with an unnatural energy. The alarmist screamed, a discordant symphony of impending doom. He saw him then. Older Thorne stood within the laboratory's entrance, bathed in the violet light. He was impeccably dressed, his tailored suit a stark contrast to the lab's ravaged interior. His expression was calm, almost bored. "You cannot escape, Elias," Older Thorne said, his voice smooth and devoid of emotion. "The loom's influence extends far beyond these walls." "What is the loom?" Elias demanded, his voice hoarse. Older Thorne's smile, a chillingly detached expression. "The loom is everything, Elias. It is the framework upon which reality is woven. And you, my boy, are a vital thread." "I won't be a part of this," Elias said, raising his ray pistol, though his hand trembled. "Foolishness," Older Thorne dismissed. "Resistance is irrelevant. The Omega-7 protocol is already in motion." Suddenly the ground began to tremble. The violet light intensified, bathing the entire area in an eerie glow. Cracks spiderwebbed across the concrete floor. A low, guttural rumble filled the air, growing steadily louder. From within the cracks, strange symbols began to emerge, intricate glyphs that seemed to writhe and shift before his eyes. They resembled the Sumerian script he's briefly seen, if they were subtly different, imbued with an alien quality that sent a shiver down his spine. The voice resonated within his mind again, more urgent this time. Asterisk the script unlocks. The veil thins. The Ancient Ones stir. Asterisk. Elias felt a surge of disorientation, a feeling of being pulled in multiple directions. The laboratory seemed to warp and distort around him. He saw glimpses of other places, other times, fleeting images of colossal structures, alien landscapes, and beings of unimaginable power. Then, just as suddenly, the distortion ceased. He found himself standing in a different part of the laboratory, a previously unseen chamber filled with complex machinery and glowing consoles. Before him stood a massive, crystalline structure, the loom. It pulsed with the same violet light, radiating an immense power. It wasn't a machine, not exactly. It was more like a nexus, a point where multiple realities converged. Older Thorne walked toward it, his expression unreadable. "The moment has arrived, Elias. Your role in the loom's activation is about to begin." Elias raised his pistol, but his arm felt heavy, leaden. The loom's influence was overwhelming, draining his strength and willpower. He noticed a small metallic device affixed to his wrist, a tracking beacon. He realized then that he wasn't being chased, he was being guided. He had been manipulated, drawn into this elaborate scheme. Suddenly a new voice echoed within his mind, a counterpoint to the ancient, resonant tone. Asterisk, break the cycle. Disrupt the loom. Remember your purpose. Asterisk. The voice was familiar. He focused, trying to place it. It was Younger Thorne. He looked towards the crystalline structure. He saw Younger Thorne appear near the base of the loom, activating a device hidden in his pocket. The beam of light disrupted the device and caused a cascade of energy to ripple through the loom. The device emitted a final, high-pitched whine before it fizzled out. Elias felt the loom's influence weaken. The violet light flickered, then dimmed. The ancient voice, the one linked to the loom, screamed in frustration. Traitor! You cannot defy the inevitable. With renewed purpose, Elias turned the ray pistol towards Older Thorne. It's over. But as he squeezed the trigger, the laboratory shimmered, and everything dissolved into a blinding white light. When the light faded, he found himself standing on a desolate, alien landscape beneath a crimson sky. The loom was gone. Older Thorne was gone. The laboratory was gone. He was alone. And in the distance, he heard a new sound, a rhythmic clicking, like the sound of metallic footsteps approaching. He turned to see a group of towering, insectoid beings emerging from the shadows, their multifaceted eyes fixed on him. One of them spoke, its voice a series of clicks and whistles. You have interfered. Now you will pay the price.